Hello everyone, welcome to Miscellaneous Monthly Part 3. My name is Tim, and today we're going to be looking at a subreddit today. One known as r/CrackheadCraigslist, which is basically about people selling things online for ridiculous prices, or selling ridiculous things online for reasonable prices. Anyway, that's all, and let's go. Toilet paper for $2,500. It's from Toronto, and it's in really bad looking condition. These look like the bandages that were used to wrap King Tutankhamun when he died at the age of 19 or something like that. No, seriously, these things look like they were used to wrap a mummy, so absolutely not. Those are terrible. 1901 Mercedes Melex for $4,995, listed 4 months ago in Irwin, Pennsylvania, and let me just say this, why didn't Mercedes release this? Because this thing is 123 years old, and if they released it, it would have probably outsold the Beetle, to be honest. It belongs in a museum, not on Craigslist. Trampoline bike for 60 pounds. Trampoline bike, sweet for landing tricks, and it has no wheels, no seat. How are you even gonna propel this thing? Do you just have to bounce on it like one of those bouncy balls as like a handle on it? Like one of those yoga balls that you just bounce on? Is it like one of those? Because that would not be comfortable, especially with no seat. This next clip is going to be rather important for people who have a YouTube channel and are struggling to grow it. Here it is. Bag of corn dogs for $18, whole tub for $180, and for some reason it's $38. And you know what? I love how this thing is listed under business equipment. And that right there is the reason why it was important for people with small YouTube channels. Because this is the key to success. Mr. Beast, he has one of these in his house. Every famous YouTuber you could possibly think of has a bathtub full of corn dogs in their house. And depending on how many corn dogs you have in there, the more successful you're going to be. So if you excuse me, I'm going to buy like 180 corn dogs. $1 basement, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and that is a massive basement if it has that many bathrooms and bedrooms. Let me just say that. Also, for some reason, I'm getting Backrooms vibes from this image, because there's 9 of these images, yet there's not a single piece of furniture. It's like a renovated version of the Backrooms, level 0, if you understand what I mean. 2004 Chevy Highlander for 300 Great Britain pounds, almost 500,000 kilometers, automatic transmission, and it's from England, and it was listed 2 days ago, and I love this. You're not a Chevy Highlander. Maybe you were born in 2004, but you're not a Chevy Highlander from 2004. No, you should understand you're a human. You have rights that 2004 Chevy Highlander doesn't. Just understand that. That's what makes you cool. Free 1-bedroom apartment. Just keep doing dumb crap. Free. And, that looks like ADX Florence. Like, that window is too skinny to be a normal jail cell. I'm sorry, that just looks like ADX Florence. But hey, a free apartment is a free apartment, and that's better than nothing. Imperial Star Destroyer Star Wars New WOF REG Volvo V70 XC 2.4-liter turbo for free. And this is probably one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. This thing is free. Think about what that means. Out of all the things you can get right now, this is one of them, and that's truly awesome. This, on the other hand, is also truly awesome, but in a creepy way, and also an expensive way. My goodness, $449.01 Canadian, and why are there 2 of these left? How many people have bought these things that there's 2 of them left? Anyway, I want to go to the next post. I don't exactly like the chicken centipede. Sweater was $45, now $25, size XL, and it is Jesus on it. It is baby Jesus, and you're just carrying him along. It's pretty cute and wholesome, to be honest. And also, I don't know why this is on Crackhead Craigslist. It's pretty nice. I would definitely pay $25 for this. I would even pay $45 for it, because at least it's not terrible. This is just a wholesome sweater. That's all I have to say about it. This, on the other hand, is not wholesome. This is a mutant homemade bear, and it's for $300, and I'm concerned on what it's made from. It looks like chewing gum, like used black chewing gum or black licorice, and that I cannot stand that. No, it's terrible. Stanley Cup for $100. It is genuinely legitimate. Oh, and I like how it says, listen, no low ballers. I know what I got here. That is the anthem of this subreddit, trust me. That is the motto of this place. And as an expert Stanley Cup appraisal person, I can tell you this is 100% an authentic Stanley. It is definitely worth $100. Ooh, how do I say this lightly? Scotty Kilmer is gonna be pissed if he finds out about this. Celica trailer, $800. And let's see what it says. 01 Toyota Celica turned into a trailer. All lights work. Brand new wiring and hitch. Really easy to maneuver. I'll say it weighs about 300 to 400 pounds. I have the last registration on it. And you know what? $800 isn't that bad, but don't show that to Scotty Kilmer. Just don't. Like, for the safety of everyone, he's gonna get so mad if he sees this. And speaking of Toyotas, we have a 1985 Toyota Supra, which I'm fairly certain is the second generation. It has 15,000 miles, automatic transmission, and it's from Texas. Ooh, that's pretty good, and, what is that image? Why is that Toyota Supra so scared looking? It looks like it's like, concerned for their life. Like, can someone take this Toyota Supra to a safe home, please? I don't want them to be in danger. Oh my. Julius, 1 year old. He's 5 stars. He is $74.49 with free shipping. And his shirt says, "Mommy loves me." Oh my. I hope this is a joke listing. But also, why is Julius under the category of Asian kids and Mexican babies? Why? Why? Back when I mentioned King Tut in the first listing, I did not expect him to show up this soon, but it's the man himself, King Tut, only for $1,000, and trust me, this is a legitimate offering. It's totally like his body is not on display at KV62 in Valley of the Kings in Egypt in his original tomb. No. This is the legitimate King Tusk. You can talk to him. Trust me. 115 gently used showing bikes. 115 of them, and they're gently used. Oh my goodness. I have never in my entire life heard anyone refer to hot dogs as shaboing boings. And if I do, I think my life will be complete if I do. I'm donating my kitty. He doesn't get in the way or anything, but I don't understand how he could have killed that big rat. Today it was the rat, tomorrow it could be me. I'm scared. Okay, that is adorable. Okay, not the fact that that kitten killed a rat, but the fact that just that kitten is so tiny. Like, that kitten is definitely gonna be a great hunter one day. And I don't know how much this cat is for, but if I were in need of a cat, I would definitely pick this one up, because just look at how cute he is. Just look at it. Helios Space Station for $900 billion, and it's a 2024 model. I didn't know they made giant planet-sized space stations every single year. It has an automatic transmission. 32 minutes ago it was listed. And local delivery. That thing is like literally the size of the moon. How is that local delivery? How? Oh, and this next one? Yeah, local delivery is just impossible for this next one. Jupiter planet, good condition for $6,000. Oh, did you know that the red spot on Jupiter is like twice the size of Earth? Yeah, told you local shipping would be impossible for this next entry. And now this next entry is just awesome. Horse Annihilator, $10,000, and let me say this, if you really hate horses, then this machine is perfect for you. Half-Eaten Muffin, $2 million, and let me say this, this is basically a steal. You know why? Those aren't US dollars. Those are Zimbabwean dollars. Gaming chair, $5, and let me say this is the optimal way to play the cycling minigame from Wii Sports Resort. Because, let me say this, that game is weird. You pedal with your arms. If anything, this gaming chair will make your gaming experience playing that game feel more normal because you're actually on a bicycle seat. Toshiba laptop, 200 pounds. One very much cared for laptop. Had slight altercation with a naked flame, but might still turn on again, maybe, if you wish hard enough. Can't be bothered to find power supply, but I can include a piece of string with a plug tied to the end for an extra 50 pounds. No time wasters. Do you want to know what this laptop looks like? It looks like this! Like, at that point, just throw it away at that point. This next entry is just like the last one, as I'm hiding what the thing truly looks like. I'm just gonna read you description. Used. Just needs a quick wipe. Works great. Well tested. For 50 pounds, it's a stove, and this is what it looks like. That thing looks like it served in World War I. That thing looks like it was a testing object to see how powerful nuclear bombs were for the Manhattan Project. That thing probably doesn't even work. Even if you put literal magic into it, it doesn't work. Funeral beatboxing. My beatboxing will enhance your next funeral, wake, or memorial service. I specialize in very somber and responsible renditions of songs by Tool and Boston. Some will enjoy it, but you will. Oh my, let me say this. If I don't have funeral beatboxing, I'm not dying. If there's no beatboxing there. Yeah, I'm just gonna be a reanimated corpse. What is with Boo's head and her hands? Her hands are like full adult hands, yet she has the body of a toddler. And also, do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of those before and after drugs meme, where like someone will take like a normal looking cartoon character and then will pair it up with like its bootleg version as the after drugs image. It's really funny. And also, yeah, Mike has not been looking too good since Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. Yeah, he definitely fell off. Water tank for 40 bucks. It was listed on Sunday in I'm not gonna say that name, I'm guessing Georgia or something like that. And let me say this, that dog has the dog is like a supermodel. Freshly prepared, healthy food to your door for 16 pounds from Salisbury, England. We don't have food hanging. We don't have food handling or food hygiene ratings. But kids haven't had food poisoning yet. Just trying to make a few quid. Grab this bargain while you can, relax, and let us take care of dinner. That is like the least healthy thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen like deep fried butter on a stick with like a hot dog in it. That is cold fries with fried fish, beans, and 2 Ferrero Rochers. That is not healthy at all. That is probably just, that just sounds nasty now that I think about it. No. 2025 Dollar General Express for 800 bucks, and it's from Pittsburgh, Illinois. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm fairly certain you can technically drive this thing in a store, since it is in fact a shopping cart. Like, just just barely. You can just barely drive this in a grocery store. And imagine that, shopping for groceries in this thing. That'd be awesome. I hope Nintendo adds this to Coconut Mall and Mario Kart 9. Monster can share for 40 pounds. And let me say this, imagine this. So almost 2 years ago, King Charles was crowned King of the United Kingdom. Imagine if we were in an alternate universe where this was the throne he ascended to. Not some, like, super cushy, luxurious throne that's been passed down for generations. No, this. Like, a literal throne made of garbage. That would be awesome if that were actually real. He'd probably be disappointed because he had to wait, like, 70-something years to become king. But that would be funny, to say the least. 1989 Nintendo Game Boy with Tetris, 1989 new factory sealed VGA 90 NM plus MT for, you guessed it, the absolutely reasonable price of $965,000 with free shipping. So yeah, pretty good. And also one thing, that better have been, like, the first Game Boy ever made, if that is being sold for that much. Like, I hope that, like, Gunpei Yokoi, the guy who designed the Game Boy, I hope he signed this thing, along with Satoru Iwata, Shigeru Miyamoto, Reggie Fils-Aimé, and every other executive who has ever worked at Nintendo, dead or alive. I hope every single one of them signed this thing. Then it will be a true collector's item. An item that is truly unique and actually justifies the price tag. Lasagna, $10. First off, you can't sell your child, and, they look like they were just born, because that looks like some hospital equipment back there. And also, yeah, this is why countries make certain names illegal. You can't just name your kid Lasagna, and there's a pretty good reason behind it. For $6, you can buy Asparagus, who is another baby for sale, and let me say this, Asparagus has the face of a baby, but yet the forehead of, like, a 70-year-old man. 2011 Little Tykes Cozy Truck for $150, and let me just say this. This is what every squatted truck owner had when they were a little kid. That is why they like squatted trucks. This sole toy right here. So just, we need to destroy it so squatted trucks don't spread. Vintage original crock bag for 20 pounds. Orange crock bag, like new, only used a few times. Buy or collect, please. And you know what? Orange is my favorite color, and I do like Crocs, so yeah, not that bad of a deal. Roblox Man Face mug, gamer birthday gift hot chocolate cup back to school mug for $14.39. Was $15. I don't really have a shipping price on here, but let me say this, it's in stock. And this is what the peak coffee mug looks like. There's only one coffee mug in the world that I think is better, and it's the Grommet mug. Seriously, people would rather have the Grommet mug than world peace. This poll right here shows you. Free SpongeBob collectible for $360 was $400. It's not free, don't lie to me. And it's a toilet with a bunch of frogs in it. And let me just say this, out of all the animals that can come up your toilet, I think frogs are probably the best option, because this looks like a happy family of tree frogs that just happen to be in a really crappy situation, quite literally and figuratively. Brand new iPhone 13 was £999, now is £895, and that is literally the exact same thing to the phone that I have, but my phone's green and not chopped in half, because I actually know how to take care of my mobile device. This person did not, so that is not brand new. And also, we're on the iPhone 15, and we're gonna get the iPhone 16 in like a couple of months, so that thing's not exactly what I'd call brand new. 2003 Nissan Altima door handle signed by George Washington for $7 million. I never knew that George Washington wrote his name in normal print English and not in, like, cursive or Middle English, possibly, or, like, what came between Middle English and Modern English. I don't think he wrote his name like that, and also, I don't think he lived to see 2003, so this might be fake. One-of-a-kind mower cycle for $2,000, and let me say this. I hope this thing can pull a wheelie like some motorcycles can. I really hope it can, because if it can't, then this thing is absolutely worthless. And also, this is one of the more reasonable things on here. I think a mower cycle is pretty cool, but not $2,000 cool, though. Harambe-shaped Cheeto, extra flamin' hot, rare/delicious, for $40,000 with free shipping. Let me ask this, how do you know it's delicious? Because if you've already eaten it, you've ruined a $40,000 piece of Harambe memorabilia, and it's all your fault. So, no, he probably did eat it. The blister probably ate it. No, this is a scam. Do not buy into it. I have a pretty serious question for you. Do you have $11,111,111,111 in your wallet that you need to desperately get rid of? Well, I found the perfect listing for you. That's right, French Bulldog puppies, listed 2 days ago. They're French Bulldogs, 7 weeks old, AKC registered, call or text for pricing. All have been vet checked and given first shots, 2 girls and 2 boys available. Let me say this, they're adorable and all, but... and also, did this guy really just say that call and text for pricing? You listed them for $11 billion. I could buy an aircraft carrier for that much money. So, you know what? I'll call for pricing. Why not? Right-hand drive conversion kit for 05 to 09 Subaru Outback. This has got to be the sketchiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't even think I can explain why this is sketchy. I think it's quite obvious why this is the sketchiest thing ever. My boy Ronnie's place, yo. It's super clean, got 5 stars, 7 reviews, and it's awesome. Is it also a restaurant as well? Because if it's a restaurant, I'm surprised it has not gotten shut down yet. But let me say this, your boy Ronnie's place, it's probably not the worst place ever. It's better than being on the streets. But I don't want to go to your boy Ronnie's place if there's garbage in the sink piling up. Just no, I don't want to. And this next entry is probably even worse. Sleep under my brother's horse. This is probably even worse because it's $49 a night. But hey, it has like 25-star reviews. Horse warmth will keep you warm. A bond will be formed. I will only warn you once. Do not touch the horse! I cannot believe this is on Airbnb. I cannot believe it, but let me say this. This thing's mere existence makes the world so much better a place to live in. That's all I'm gonna say. House for bikes or a playhouse waterproof. $50 was $75, and let me say something, I don't think that thing is waterproof at all. Do you really think that thing would survive in the flood from Noah's Ark? Do you really think it would? That's what waterproof should mean. It should be up to that standard, but no. This thing looks like if you were to pour a water on it, like a glass of water, this thing would be flooded if you did that. No, this thing is not waterproof. Like, I'll admit, it's a playhouse or a bike shed, but I will not approve of this being waterproof because I know in my mind that it is not. It is the polar opposite. It's like a sponge. This is the greatest furniture set of all time. You have the Jouch, the Jove seat, and the chair, all of which made of jeans. And for $125, let me say this. If you get everything for $125, then this is an absolute steal, assuming it's in relatively good condition, which, okay, this is online shopping. I kind of doubt that it's in the best condition, but $125 for a sofa, love seat, and a chair, that's not too bad. Shrek Crocs for 90 bucks. You know what? I'm kind of gonna defend this, because think about it. Shrek Forever After was the last true Shrek movie. And when was that movie released? If you say 2010, you'd be correct. So it's been about 14 years since the last Shrek movie was released. And these things, if they're from back then, they don't make them anymore. So they're probably climbing in value. I just made that up. I don't know if these have any desirability, but yeah, maybe not. But $90, I don't know if that's good or bad price. Nintendo Game Boy Macro, GBA Macro White. $42 plus $5.60 shipping, so it's an automatic scam. Shipping is just terrible. And let me say this. The condition is used, and I'm fairly certain that's a DS with the top screen broken off. And this isn't even that good of an idea for one of those systems. I saw a pretty cool solution, which was like to put a neon light bar where like in between the hinges. Yeah, I'll show you a picture right here. I feel like that's the best solution for if your DS's top screen breaks off. Not this, but it's still pretty neat other way. TV man costume, Skibidi Toilets, free. I cannot believe that Skibidi Toilet has found its way onto Craigslist, which, yeah, I did not expect that, but hey, at least this is somewhat normal compared to the other stuff we've seen so far. Gum held by Taylor Swift, $13,000. Let me just say something. I don't really mind Taylor Swift's music. Some people don't like it, some people love it, but these aren't what I would call Taylor Swift fans. I feel like I would rather call them Taylor Swift worshippers or Taylor Swift zealots. These people basically worship her, and yeah, they're crazy. And no, this is not $13,000, even if it was held by Taylor Swift. That is a mass-produced piece of bubblegum that has billions of near-identical copies, so stop being delusional, please. You're scaring me. Bartson Sampleton NFT for $2,584,273, and it's sold. Oh no, it's sold. Let me say this, I don't like NFTs. I don't think I've ever met a single person who likes NFTs or thinks that they're a good investment, but do you know what makes this even worse? There is no blockchain behind this thing. No, you just bought an image off Craigslist. Yeah, unlike the other NFT things, which, yes, you're buying an image for a ridiculously stupid amount of money, at least there's something that kinda gives it value in, like, a very slight way. There's no value behind it, other than the fact that you get scammed out of $2.5 million. I hope this person gets a refund. I really hope they do. For $25, you get a 21-inch Samsung TV, and I did not know Samsung made this model of TV, but oh well, that's pretty neat of them, at least, for trying something a little new. Nintendo 2DS and new Nintendo 2DS XL console with games, charger, case bundle, tested, 100 pounds, and I cannot believe that's the image this guy chose. He kind of reminds me of Andrew Tate, but without the Bugatti. That's who he kind of reminds me of. And you know what? 100 pounds for all of that is genuinely not that bad of a deal. I'll admit that. Not that bad of a deal. I just feel like this guy just posted an image of himself instead of, you know, the actual product, which is okay and kind of funny. And speaking of Andrew Tate, we have this. Top G Breaking Illusions #1, very rare. $45,000 was $51,000. And let's see. This is an exclusive, unopened, first edition, first print version of the Top G Andrew Tate comic book. If this one is one of the first 20 comics sold, then it will be signed by Andrew Tate. Oh my goodness. Let me say this. Him signing it does not make this thing worth $45,000. No, the only way this would be worth $45,000 is if, you know, he got out of his Bugatti, put on some ancient medieval scribe outfit, got a pen and quill with some ink, and hand wrote every single little detail on this comic book, including binding the book with, like, unicorn hair or something like that. That is the only thing that would make this thing $45,000, and even then, I probably still wouldn't buy it. Anyone who spent $51,000 on this graphic novel, they're clearly in an illusion, and that illusion needs to be broken. That's pretty much all I have to say for that. Next entry is going to be on quite possibly the most famous of these things ever. You might have seen it online in a meme compilation, possibly, on the dumb things sold on Wish and stuff like that. It goes like this. Enjoy the much cheaper items found on Wish. Saddam Hussein, former leader of Iraq, for $20. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that they are selling Saddam Hussein on Wish, out of all places. But $20 is a steal, all things considered. Towmater Golf Cart Electric, $9,500, listed in Wadsworth, Ohio. And let me say this is what the Cybertruck should have been. This thing right here, this is the definition of the perfect EV. That Mercedes Melix we covered in the very beginning, yeah, this thing is a worthy opponent to that. And now, let's go to the next entry. Oculus Quest 2 for $650 from Auckland, New Zealand. And the image is just the superhero guy pouring some powder in his mouth that says, powder that makes you say real. And then he's like, real. This image is lovely. That's all I have to say. I don't care about the price. I'm just happy that they chose this image out of all images. 1 bed, 0 bathroom apartment for $9 million a month. Check it out. Hobbits lived in a hole in the ground. Now you can too. No amenities. Dates to the Second Age, when elves were less moody. Free range pooping encouraged. Sunrises provided daily. 2 air vents for twice the flow. Check the photo. Even the handrail is smiling. You will too. Raid the garden with the chipmunks, but watch out for the farmer. He's a maggot. Literally, no blowballers. I know what I got. For $9 million a month, this thing better have this thing better be like infinite floor space. For $9 billion a month, it better be like 99% undocumented and unexplored in there. This better be like a permanent entryway to like the back rooms or something, because there's some pretty cool things in the back rooms that would be quite valuable in real life. We have a car for sale. Let's see. Posted 1 day ago. Condition brand new car. Make looks like a Jaguar. Notes. It got leather seats. Additional notes. It got a CD player. Yeah, I think this thing got a CD player. Pretty neat. ROG Strix RTX 20 homosexual. $60 million, which is on par with a Ferrari 250 GTO. Only Pakistan, 4-wheel drive, in California sun-drenched sprawl, and NVIDIA Jetto, once a teacher's thrall. I'm not reading the rest of that, it is way too long. 2012 mom, condition poor, cylinders 16, drive, all-wheel drive, fuel, gas, almost a million on the odometer, paint color blue, title status hot, transmission automatic, type other.
P.S. I would like Ethereum.
First off, how dare you call your car a homosexual? And second of all, how dare you say this thing is in poor condition when you're trying to sell it for $60 million? Seriously, do you want this car to sell or not? Because it doesn't look like it. It looks like you just want this car just to be on here, just so you can get onto the subreddit, because you want people to laugh at it, which I'll admit, I laughed at it the first time I saw it, but you can't make fun of your car like that. That's mean. Now go apologize. 1983 Oldsmobile 88 two-door coupe for $9,000 was $12,000. All OG, no problems. Get in and drive home. We'll trade. And I did not know that this woman identifies as a 1983 Oldsmobile 88 two-door coupe. But do you know what? That won't, just because you identify as a car doesn't mean any of your criminal charges will go away, which I'm gonna assume this woman has criminal charges because, you know, there's a police star and there's all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty, so yeah, there was probably a crime involved, and hopefully that's not to skirt your responsibilities. God, Jesus, Satan signed in person Bible for $10 million. For sale, $10 million. Or best offer, rarest signatures ever, God, Jesus, and Satan. Stay cool, John, from God. Have a nice summer from Jesus, and I cannot read Satan's quote that he wrote down. And let me say this, if these are genuinely real signatures, I think that thing would be worth over 10 million. I don't know, more like maybe 10 quadrillion or something like that. Maybe even more than that, to be honest. Obi-Wan Kenobi, $1,001 from Vancouver. Religious relic. Oh my, comes with sexy blue lightsaber and nacho chip bowl. For sale, one-of-a-kind Obi-Wan Kenobi, perfect condition. Take your life into the upper echelons of existence. Ascend ever close to God, Allah, Cthulhu, Tom Cruise, or your higher power of choice. Who is out here worshiping Tom Cruise? Out of all the people to worship, why Tom Cruise? Like, just because he was in Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick doesn't mean he's deserving of worship. Honda Mega Flush. Let me say something. There is no way to clog this thing because, after all, it's the Honda Mega Flush, the most powerful toilet ever made. And also, this thing right here probably will last forever. After all, it is made by Honda, and it has 5 horsepower, which is more than the PLP 50. Imagine that, someone's toilet having more horsepower than your car. That must be an embarrassing thing to admit. Nativity scene. This very well-maintained vintage Christmas nativity set. Very rare find. It has all, I think, the only thing missing is the cradle for baby Jesus. The price is firm. You are getting something very special that will last a lifetime. $110,000. Okay. Thing is, it's not the worst nativity set ever. I saw one that was made out of, like, uncooked potatoes or something like that, and one that was made of packing peanuts that I didn't show, or did show, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is quite good compared to those, but not $110,000 good. I think I'll stick with the one that I have. We have Alaska for $7.2 million. Description, frozen hunk of land in North America. Mainly selling because of debt occurred in the Crimean War, and we don't use it hardly ever. Fixer-upper, but definitely worth the price. Conveniently located at the Bering Strait. Great for fishing. Let me just say this. This right here is an absolute steal of a deal, because Alaska is larger than Mongolia, which is already a very large country. And the thing is, Alaska has even less people. So think about all the alone time you'll be able to have while up there. It'll be peace and quiet. And that's something that, that's something that is just a steal about Alaska. And you know what? If I had $7.2 million, I'd probably buy Alaska, because I think Alaska's pretty cool. This next item is a Lord Save Me Jesus for free. I don't know what you need to be saved from. I didn't know that the tree from Charlie Brown was out for blood, but that tree is scrawny. You could easily beat that tree in a fight. Don't be a wimp. Cut down that tree and, I don't know, do whatever you want with it. Like, you could eat it for all I care. Blue Dog costume, Virginia, for $175. Blue Dog, likely Bluey, costume for rent. Would require a $350 deposit for 1 week rental. Rental is $125, includes a $50 cleaning fee. Stains, rips, tears, and excessive wear of the costume will come out of the deposit. Costume lost would be an additional $100 fine. That's not Bluey, that's Blasphemy the Blue Dog. That's who that is. That's Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's wearing a Bluey disguise in order to lure children into the pizzeria. That is not Bluey, and no amount of money will convince me. That is just not. Next entry. And for our second last entry, we have The Man 3 acrylic painting reserve pending sale, and The Man 2 acrylic frame painting for 14 and 13 pounds respectively. Let me say this, the moment the Louvre sees these paintings, they're gonna take the Mona Lisa and throw it in a wood chipper, because that thing isn't nothing compared to these paintings. These paintings are what true art looks like, and they're truly incredible. And now, we have our final entry. Probably the best one I could find. You know how Elon Musk wants to go to Mars? Well, this is what his idea of a Mars suit is. Yes, this is an image of a Martian spacesuit, and I just cannot get over it. The description doesn't even matter for this. Nothing matters for this other than this glorious image. This beautiful, beautiful image that needs to be framed on my wall immediately for its sheer beauty. And with that out of the way, we are finally done with Miscellaneous Monthly Part 3. I hope you all enjoyed. This video was very fun for me to make, and if you want, I can make more videos like this for Miscellaneous Monthly. These are the other subreddits that I happen to be into when it comes to just things found there. I like things related to houses and selling things and cars. That's what I'm interested in. I am planning on making a Miscellaneous Monthly 3.5 in the middle of May sometime. Maybe around the beginning or the middle, I'm not entirely sure. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all for today. Anyway, that's all. See you next month, or in a week or so.